It's an annual rite of autumn, but this year there was even more to celebrate. And while some rushed inside the pavilion, others showed a bit more style and flair in their arrival. Hoops Mania paid tribute to Villanova's first national champions in a manner that was grand, yet personal.
It was personally important to me to give Coach Massimino a ring because he built what this is in the modern day. You know, Al Severance, Jack Kraft got it going, but the modern day Villanova basketball he built. So he's a big part of this championship. We thought it was great for the students who, I thought some of them might not know Rolly Massimino, but when he was introduced, they went crazy. I think they have a better perspective on the history of Villanova basketball than I even thought, but I think it was great for them to see their time is still connected to 85, and 85 is still connected back to Al Severance. In 1939, the first Final Four. It's something that we want all Villanovans to always understand.
A championship ring can span generations, and for last year's team, even those who've moved on, there was more celebrating to be done.
Hoops Mania was really the true end and beginning. It was, we're gonna bring down the banners, we're gonna enjoy the hell out of this, we're gonna give out the rings, we're gonna celebrate it, and in the same night we're gonna say, we're gonna start the new season. So it kind of set the tone for our fans that, all right, we've got to move on to a new season. You keep celebrating, but we're moving on to a new season.
And on the main line, the first steps of a new journey are always, or almost always, to the beat.
We have certain teams that are very good dancers, and some are good dancers. We've never had a bad show. I think our dance team does a good job of covering up. They're professionals, you know? They know how to cover up the guys that don't dance that well. Daryl Reynolds, Chris Jenkins, and Josh Hart and those guys, they've been doing it for 4 years, but they've got some talent, and I think it was one of the best performances we've had.
Next comes game time, with a tip of the cap on the season's first basket to a Philly tradition that's more than half a century old. The blue-white scrimmage gives Nova Nation a first look at the heroes of the future. And then the focus moves above the rim, way above it, for the dunk contest, where the high-flying youngsters showed the judges their best, unaware that a crafty veteran had a unique piece of theater prepared that would easily tip the scales in his favor.
Daryl is very creative. He's so intelligent and well thought out. Because he knew he wasn't as good of a dunker as those other guys. He's like, how am I gonna somehow compete with Eric Pascal, Dante DiVincenzo? These guys are high flyers. They look like dunkers. Now he's long and athletic, but those guys are up and away guys. And for him again to just, it shows his little senior leadership too. Of like, all right, you young bulls, as they say, you young bulls think you got this. Like, I'm gonna show you.
So Reynolds reached back about 4.7 seconds with a brilliant and spur-of-the-moment plan.
It might have been 10 minutes before he did it. He said he wanted to use Arch and I was like, well, you know you're gonna win if you do that, right? And he was like, well, it's our last one, so hopefully we can get a win.
It was genius by Daryl Reynolds, and he's just got a flair for the dramatic. He did it the previous year with the little girl in the dunk. He just knows how to get at people's heartstrings. And I had no idea he was going to do that. It was awesome. It shocked me. It excited me. You know, we plan out Hoops Mania. We never really think about how to end it. It's 2 years in a row now. He has ended it for us. We might have to bring him back and use him in that capacity.
Hoops Mania is never really over until a top recording artist hits the stage.
Probably the most pressure I feel during any season is getting the right performer for Hoops Mania, because I know how much the students love it. I know how much they count on it.
One of the most popular artists in the world. A lot of Nova Nation love for the man, Wiz Khalifa.
It's become one of the great events on our campus where, and it's all student events. There's nowhere like it in the country. Everybody that comes to see it says, hey, I've been everywhere in the country. There's no place like this. And I do think the performer at the end get a feel for what it's all about. Wiz Khalifa is a Pittsburgh guy, but He knew about the national championship. He knew what the night was. They get into it. They get into Villanova. It does cap the evening, and it's pretty cool.